Hello, users, and welcome above it all, whatever episode this is. So, I've got a funny fucking clip from Chris Matthews. Um, I, you can read the tweet for context, of course, but this is like I've been saying this forever. Everyone who's even nominally on the left has said this forever. The Democratic establishment in the mainstream media and all those like rich goons would rather have President Trump kill fucking thousands and thousands more people for 4 more years rather that than have a Bernard Sanders presidency. And Chris Matthews says the quiet part out loud, and let's play.
Out of left field.
I'm wondering whether the Democratic moderates want Bernie Sanders to be president. I mean, that's maybe too exciting a question to raise. They don't like Trump at all. Do they want Bernie Sanders to take over the Democratic Party in perpetuity?
Well,
I mean, he takes it over. He sets the direction for the future of the party. Maybe they'd rather wait 4 years and put in a Democrat that they like.
Out of left field.
I'm wondering whether...
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. One, Nancy Pelosi. Why do you think she voted for Trump's trade agreements? Because she likes Trump. She's a Trump Democrat. Anyone that voted for the USMCA is a Trump Democrat. That means Elizabeth Warren is a Trump Democrat who also voted for Trump's military budget increases. She is a Trump Democrat. She has the same policy on foreign policy that Trump has. She is a same thing with Amy Klobuchar. Same thing with Pete Buttigieg. If he could have voted for USMCA, he would have because he's a Trump Democrat. They all love and adore Trump. The reason is because it gives us something to pretend to virtue signal about. Oh, look how evil he is. Oh my God, humanity. But behind the scenes, when it comes to policy, they agree with him on 99.9% of issues. They only disagree on the mean tweets. It's ridiculous garbage. It's garbage. Now, here's the other thing. What makes you think if you shaft Bernie Sanders and lose this election, do everything you can to lose with Bernie, what makes you fucking think in 4 more years you're going to get like another centrist? Like, in 4 more years, there will not be a Democratic Party. Like, that's what you don't understand. Like, these people are just they're so obsessed with their own power. See, I don't understand why the Mike Bloombergs want their power so much. Like, he's got enough money to the point where he's going to have enough money to live out the rest of his life. He's like, what, 78 years old? Too old for office, if you ask me. I think he has some stents, too. That's a little risky. I don't know. His health. I definitely some questions about his health. 78 years old and has stents? Ugh. Gross. Anyway, so he has $66 billion. Unless, like, someone, like, steals all of his money, which is impossible, he's going to have enough money to live the rest of his life. So who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I can understand why, like, the 20, 30-year-old people, I guess 30, 40-year-old people, there's not many 20-year-olds in the Democratic establishment, but I can understand why they would be, like, super scared. It's like, oh, shit, I've got half my life left. I thought I was going to be rich and powerful for the rest of my life, and it turns out, no, I'm going to run out of power pretty soon. This sucks. Like, I don't understand why the Mike Bloomberg give a shit, but this is hilarious. Again, like, if you shaft Bernie Sanders, there is not going to be a Democratic Party anymore. Like, that's the thing. Only 26% of the electorate identify as Democrats. You know what I mean? So you need the Bernie supporters in order to win elections. So if you destroy half the party, that's going to be what, 13% of the population? You can't win fucking elections with 13% of the population. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, it would require some incredible craftsmanship in order to win elections with 13% of the electorate. Like, that's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like, it's silly that they don't understand that this is the future of the Democratic Party. Either it is the future of the Democratic Party, or we destroy the Democratic Party and create a new party, which is the Labor Party. Those are the options here. And I love that Chris Matthews is just saying it out loud. Yeah, they don't want Bernie Sanders. They would rather have Donald Trump. Like, do I think, for example, like Hillary Clinton will 1000% vote for Donald Trump over Bernie Sanders? And that's like the hilarious part about it. All these people, they might not say it. They might virtue and go like, oh, I will not tell you who I voted for. It's not your manners. You're not supposed to ask who I voted for. These Bernie bros. No, this is the best part. My favorite part about when Bernie becomes the nominee is I'm going to be able to say vote blue no matter who to all of these fucking scumbags. That's going to be the most fun part, is I'm just going to like just copy and paste it. Like, in every neoliberal centrist cocksucker, I'm just going to tell them, come on guys, Vote blue no matter who. What happened? I thought everyone was like, oh, no matter what, we got to get Trump out of there. I thought that was the highest priority, but I guess not. Could you imagine being such a psychopath that you'd rather vote for someone who's going to kill thousands of people guaranteed over someone that's going to take a little bit of your wealth away, just a little bit, and give health care to every citizen? Like that, again, the ruling class of this country is psychopathic, right? Like in that video I made before with the Bloomberg surrogate being the guy who helped propel Jair Bolsonaro to win the Brazilian presidency, and someone asked him, "Oh, how do you sleep at night knowing you're responsible for the deaths of fucking so many people and the suffering of even more?" "Oh, I sleep just fine at night." And the answer to that is it tells you so much. These people are psychopaths. We are ruled by psychopaths, and that's what we have to understand. The 1%, anyone that has like over $1 billion is a psychopath. Like, in order to garner that much wealth, you have to not care about other human beings, right? Like, you can't have that much wealth and be ignorant of the fact that that wealth necessitates suffering, right? Like, you can be ignorant of that when you have no wealth because you just don't know jack shit. That's why there's so many people that go like, "Oh, Bernie Sanders has $1 million. He's the same as Mike Bloomberg, who has $66 billion." Like, those people say that because they just have no idea what wealth means and they're just stupid and they're brainwashed. But, like, if you actually have $1 billion, you will 9,000% know how much human suffering how much is required in order to generate that amount of money. You know what I mean? So these people are psychopaths. That's what you have to understand. There is no such thing as a good billionaire. Like, I get it. Sometimes someone gets $1 billion and, like, you know, they're a cool actor or something, but you just have to understand. I'm not saying you have to dislike their movies or their softwares or whatever. You just have to understand they are a psychopath. Like, again, if I were making billions of dollars, I would not be keeping billions of dollars, and that's what you have to understand. Like, if I have $1 billion, I would give away like 999 million of it. You know what I mean? Why? Because I'm not a fucking psychopath. So, like, that's the thing. And it's incredible to me that, like, even throughout all this propaganda, it's not working. Like, Bernard is still landsliding. And I think it's part of what happened with the Trump effect of you know, people saying, "Oh, Trump is bad, Trump is bad," and then whenever you look at a Trump clip, he's like, "Oh, you know, they keep telling you I'm bad, but I'm gonna keep your health care and I'm gonna expand Social Security." He was just lying, of course. But that's the thing. When you have Bernie Sanders, who's a real populist, versus Donald Trump, who's a fake populist, it's a no-brainer. So, like, oh, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, anyway, Nevada's looking good. So it's just, today is gonna be a fucking day and a half right here. This is like, this might as well be like 5 days. Like, I wish I could just relive this day on repeat so far. This is fucking amazing. Ooh.